okay. Forgot I already unloaded the dishwasher, so I literally just need to load it. I am tired. I was up till close to midnight watching what's it called? Gypsy Rose's documentary. Like, oh my goodness. And I don't think my husband ever heard of her. I watched it with him. And he was like, what the? It was kind of funny. Because it is a crazy story. But, you know, working in healthcare, we were always taught about that. And I think I've seen it probably once that I know of. From Munchausen. But what I don't understand is why that guy got life and she only got 10 years. It seems kind of ridiculous. Especially being that the guy had, like, mental disabilities, it seemed like, and got manipulated really bad. I'm not saying what he did was okay, but, like, just she only, I don't know, it seemed like for life for that, I don't know. Especially when she only got 10 years. I don't even think she did 10 years. I think she got done early probably for good behavior or whatever. Anyways, so the house is mostly cleaned. I did a lot of cleaning yesterday. And I cleaned the house. I feel like all I do is, like, clean on my days off. But I would like to go do something, get out of the house today. So whether that's taking Daisy to the pool, something. She was also up late. It's hard to get her in bed until I go to bed. So I was also thinking to make an egg salad. My mom brought over more eggs yesterday from I guess he's like my stepbrother. Yeah, my stepbrother's house. I think I'm gonna throw out that acorn squash I made. I don't think I'm gonna make that again. I don't know. It didn't taste that great. It was easy to make, but it was like not my favorite. Not my favorite at all. So I'm gonna have to hard boil some eggs for the salad. I have an onion, so already. I usually use about like 6 eggs to do an egg salad. But yeah, what a horrible story, the Gypsy Rose story or whatever. Oh my gosh. Horrible. Like, I don't even know if she ever went to school or what. Because her mom, like, abused her so much. Abused and sheltered her so much from the world. Like, now I know she has, like, a kid of her own now and she's married. I'm not sure how old she is now, but, like, the whole story was crazy. Does anybody know what I'm talking about with Gypsy Rose? I don't know. Nah. Okay. Well, it's a niche topic, I guess. I don't. She always pops up in my, like, For You page or whatever. And stuff about her pops up on my TikTok, so. And I follow her, and I'm like, maybe I should know what she's done because there's so much, like, controversy around her. But I mostly just feel bad for her. I don't know. And I'm glad she's, like, rebuilding her life, but I think it's ridiculous that that guy wasn't given, like, some grace either, especially being that, like, we know he had autism, which, okay, whatever. But it also sounded like he might have been, like, kind of schizophrenic, too, and then he definitely seemed slow to me, like, mentally challenged. Like, I think there's worse criminals we should be locking up than that guy, but what do I know? Not that he should do time, but he's got a life sentence for that. I don't know. It makes you wonder how many people are locked up that, like, their cases are kind of, like, gray, like him. I don't know. I'm sure the legal system has so many issues, just like the healthcare system. I mean, it's kind of sad when you think about it. So I think, like, I know somebody who works in the legal system, and they're like, I'm just so tired of it. It's probably because it has so many problems, just like healthcare and stuff, that you burn out. It's hard not to burn out when you actually care. I had one more thing of laundry to do. I'm tired today, but I was even more tired yesterday. That makes sense. I did, like, lay down for a little bit. But I can never really nap when I'm watching my daughter. And I gotta work this weekend. Oh, I'm not looking forward to that. But whatever, then I have 2 days off after that, so. Hopefully the weekends won't be too bad. We'll see. Never know what the weekend what I'm getting from my job. It's always, like, a little more chaotic on the weekend, which I don't really love. I like organization and, like, a routine or something, as much as I hate saying that, but when it comes to work. Like, and I don't mean routine, like, the exact same thing. I just mean, like, controlled chaos versus just chaos. But we'll see. Let's see what we get. So last last day I'm training somebody tomorrow, which I didn't even realize. But I checked with him. I was like, when is your last day? There hasn't been great communication with that, so I asked him, like, when is your last day? And then he said, oh, Saturday. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I filled out his thing for him, but that's done. He's like, oh, I don't think you have to. I'm like, no, I need to be documenting. I know that. I haven't done this before, but I know I need to be filling out something. Or what I've been trained myself. And I got to tell him he needs to fill out what he needs to, because they're going to be looking at that. You're always documenting in healthcare or whatever. Like, that's just the name of the game. All right, so the dishwasher isn't even. Not even full, but I might just run it. I'm getting hungry already. I had oatmeal yesterday. It was actually pretty good. So maybe I'll do that for breakfast. Yesterday I asked my daughter, I was like, can you please help me clean up? Because normally she never does. And I'm like, whatever, you're a kid. You shouldn't have to clean. But, you know, she had trashed the living room. So I was like, can you please, like, I cleaned up the rest of the house. Can you please, like, I was expected to do all these chores. But I try not to do that to Daisy, where she has to do so much. But she did. She helped me clean up, and I'm like, you know more than what I thought. Like, you can actually do a decent job cleaning. Like, she was like putting all her stuff away, and I'm like, wow. We should probably make that a habit that she needs to clean up at least after herself. But I just don't want to do too much, because I know when I was growing up, I was expected to basically clean the whole house, like, from a younger age, and I don't want to put all that. So I know how to clean because of that, but she should be a kid. Like, she should enjoy. It's always like balancing. Like, I want to spoil my kid more than how I was raised, but at the same time, I don't want her to become a brat that doesn't know how to take care of themselves and blah, blah, blah. Hello. Hey, Coco. So, and she's almost 5 now, so I'm like, she can start doing little things like cleaning up after herself, or, I mean, I don't ask her really to do much, but I think she can do that. We might have to go to the store today, too. I think I need to go get more dry dog food. I'm not sure if I have more in the basement or not. I don't even know where my list is that, like, keeps, like, I have, like, a list of, like, things I need to get done. Lost the list. Problems of ADHD. You try to get organized, and you can't, even when you try. But I think I have the list saved in my computer, but the problem was I added things to the list. So, and I just looked at my office, and I don't know what I did with the list. Not good. But I think I've gotten done a lot of stuff on my to-do list. It's just, I don't remember it all. Oh, it kind of looks, I should have taken her to the pool yesterday. I just looked outside and it looks really cloudy. I don't know. I'll have to check the weather. Sometimes cloudy days are good, though, for pool, because you don't get You won't get sunburnt. Depending if it's gonna rain, then I can't really take her to the pool. Because you can't be swimming when it's like raining and thundering and blah blah blah. I mean, you can, but I wouldn't advise that. Maybe it'll clear up. I'll have to check the weather, but I thought it was gonna be nice out today. You really have to like take advantage of the good weather in Pennsylvania, because you just never know. Like, the weather here changes so much day to day, even hour by hour. Yesterday it was like so hot out, so sunny, which I love that kind of weather. But then in the afternoon it was like severe thunderstorms, and like we were getting flooding warnings and all of that. So it can just change real quick here. I'm just opening up my blinds since it's daylight. Well, maybe we can go to the movies or something. Daisy wanted to see the new Lilo, like that one Stitch movie, and there's also some other movie out now, Ilio or something. I don't know what that one's really about. It seems more like sci-fi or something. I don't know. She was watching this movie yesterday that was like K-pop and like K-pop monsters, and it was a kid movie. But I was like, what in the world? Some of this kid stuff is like kind of out there anymore. She loves watching stuff like that though. Like, she loves watching Halloween type of stuff, or like monsters, and my child's weird just like me, so. I don't let her watch anything too scary, but yeah, she loves, like, I think that's her favorite holiday probably, is Halloween, but I feel like she's not as crazy about Christmas as I was as a kid, because she's an only child and she's kind of used to getting things, like, versus I was one of 6 kids, so if I got something, it was like, you know, a big deal. But she does like Christmas too, but yeah. We did go outside yesterday for a little bit, but we didn't. I was like so exhausted. And like, I'm ready for our beach trips and stuff. I haven't had time off in a while from work. And work has, even like, now it's supposed to be kind of our slow season, and it's been kind of busy. There was like maybe a month where it was kind of slow there in the springtime or something. But we've been really busy, like, for the most part. So I would like some time off where I'm not so exhausted. Hold on. I also need to I haven't been reselling listing stuff in forever, so maybe I'll do a little bit of that today. There's so many things I need to list. I feel like I say that all the time, but there literally is, and I just got some more stuff. From my neighbor didn't want things, so I try not to do that, pick up more because I have so many things to list as it is. But I didn't pick up a lot of stuff from them, but I picked up a couple things, so I gotta get those going. And it drives my husband nuts, all this stuff. I mean, I keep it contained to the basement, but yeah. At one point, I did have a couple things up in our bedroom because I wanted to encourage myself to list them, but and I did. I got those listed, but there's still a couple things up there, and there's so much stuff in the basement. I need to inventory. I need to list. People don't realize how much work goes into, how much time really goes into reselling. I'm really good at knowing what will sell just instinctually and what's a good product, but I'm not good at the inventorying, and the researching of items can take a while, and the actual, not even researching, but the listing part of it can take a long time. And my cat, she says, "Good morning." She's so sweet. This is Izzy. Hey, hi Izzy. Good morning. Are you taking over my video? Sweetie. Hi, sweetie. Aren't you being sweet? She's always real cuddly in the morning. I thought we were going to go to the pool. I even said something to Daisy about it, but I didn't realize it was going to be crappy weather today. I'm just sick of being in the house though. Because last week on my days off, I feel like all I did was clean, so which is good because most of the cleaning was done. And we had a couple people over and we went to church and blah blah, but I feel like I was just cleaning all the. That's why I would not like a big house, because I'm particular about how my house is cleaned, and it would take too much time to be cleaning a big house. Oh yeah, I did go to the gym. I guess I did get out a little bit last week. We went to Target. Went to the car wash place, which their vacuums weren't even working, so I like half cleaned my car. There's even like cleaning stuff I need to like less for reselling. Like sometimes I buy cleaning products and then I don't even like them or whatever. Like I got a wet vac because a couple people told me, oh, you got to get a wet vac. They're so much better. And they're such a pain to me. I'd rather just mop like regular mopping and have to assemble, disassemble this vacuum. And then I feel like even when you try to clean it, they have like an odor. There's like, it's easy for them to collect an odor, so, because stuff gets trapped in the filter and stuff. He wasn't, okay, CJ. Okay, don't talk about my mom, okay? You're being disgusting. Don't disrespect my family or I'll disrespect you, CJ. Get the heck out of my life. My mom is 70 something. Like, you need to relax and get out of my page. Don't. I have no idea what nonsense you're talking about, but don't disrespect my mom or I'll take. Never mind. How about your mom, CJ? Your mom, CJ. How you like that? How you like somebody disrespecting your mom? Like, don't play with my family. Don't play. Or, and I know you're just whatever, but like, grow up. Grow up. Don't talk about somebody else's mom. Like, who the heck are you? What are you, like in kindergarten? Yo mama? Whatever. I don't know what you're trying to do, but you're not going to come to my live disrespecting my family. I don't play when it comes to my family, especially after everything I've been through with my dad. Like, do not disrespect my family. I have a lot of feelings about that lately, just with my dad passing away, just like, oh, I should have been a better advocate, like guilt about stuff. And I know, like, my mom's like, you shouldn't have guilt and blah, blah, blah. But I do. Like, I can't help the way I feel. And, like, I didn't know better at the time because I was so young when he became disabled. But I didn't know, like, how to help him. I tried to help him. Hold on a second. eggs are done boiling. But, like, I was so young when it all happened, and there was no, like, guidance. There was no, like, book, like, what happens when your dad has a stroke when you're only 19. There was nothing. There was nothing. The nurses were all busy at his nursing home. Like, I felt like I couldn't even ask anybody questions. The staff I did encounter in his nursing home were very much like, who are you? And kind of almost rude instead of being like giving me updates about my dad. Like, now I know all this. And that's some of why I got into healthcare, was because I wanted to be able to help my dad better. And I wanted to, like, learn more about what happened, just the trauma of all of it. But, and that by the time I got more involved in everything, then he passed away. So it didn't even really help me necessarily with him. I mean, I guess it did, but, you know, you're always like, oh, I wish I could have done more. But, like, I'm like, oh, I would have done things a lot differently, you know, looking back. But you can't, he's gone now, so there's nothing all I can do is just keep moving forward and give people the help I wish I would have had. Although some people are very, whatever, I'm not going to get into it, but my last shift was very challenging. But, like, so I take it very serious being a nurse, like the responsibility I put on myself and stuff. Because I know what it's like when you have a loved one and, like, nobody's helping you and you're like, what the heck is going on? And this was before the internet was so popular and there was, like, less resources when this happened. And I had no idea what to do when he had a stroke. Like, I tried to help. I was there, like, every day when he first had the stroke. But I had no idea, like, he needed his rest. And I got... I had all these ideas in my head, like, oh, I'll just help him, like, almost how you help a child who needs to learn. But I didn't realize he had, like, this thing called aphasia from a stroke. I didn't really know much about strokes at all until he had one. So there was, like, a big learning curve, and for a while there, I didn't know enough, but I was trying to help him. But I think probably helped him just the fact that I was there for him. But then we moved away to Arizona. Maybe like a year after he had a stroke or something like that. Well, no. He had the stroke when I was 19. We moved to Arizona when I was like 22, I want to say. So it was some years that I had with him, but then when I was in Arizona, I was very limited. Like, I would come visit him every year, but I was limited in how much I could help him. And then when we moved back, there was just, like, a lot going on in my own life, like all the miscarriaging. I had my newborn daughter. When we moved back, we had to get settled. I had to find a house. And of course, now that I'm settled in and everything, now he's gone. So it's just like, just shit. Whatever. Just sucks. But I'm happy for him. I'm happy that he is gone in a way for him. That he doesn't have any more illnesses. Like, that type of thing. But I'm not happy for me. Like, I'm not happy for me. Like, how... Anyway, I didn't mean to come on here and start crying and talk, but here we are. I feel like that's how a lot of my lives are. But it's therapeutic for me to talk about it. Even if nobody's listening. except random trolls like CJ. I hope you're out of my page, because this isn't meant for you. This is for people who actually care or are maybe going through something similar. Like, I don't know. And like my mom said, well, your dad would have wanted you to have like that fun time out in Arizona, and like he would have wanted you to live your life and take care of your daughter. But doesn't help how I feel about it. Like, if that makes sense, it doesn't help that it's just the timing of everything just sucks. That's why, like, you really need to take care of yourself so your kids are not left with like a mess. Like, and I know he couldn't afford seeing what happened, but I hope I'm there for my daughter and she's not dealing with me being disabled at a young age and like all the responsibility that comes with that. And, like, especially when you're young and you don't know like what to do. Because like when you're young, you're trying to survive out in the real world, if that makes sense. Like, you don't have your stuff together. I mean, shoot, I barely have my stuff together now, but I have it more together than when I was like that age. So I know a lot more about the world and this and that. But I didn't know anything like, oh, okay. So alright, well, but I did for him as much as I knew what to do at the time. Like, I don't have regrets as far as, like, I always was there for him, and I visited him probably the most out of, which is not saying much, but, and he did do a lot of, we had a very difficult relationship growing up, so the fact that I even did that, like, was more than some of my siblings didn't even see him or whatever, because they all had their own relationship with him. So, and then like my one sister lives kind of far away, so it's hard for her to visit him. But so like I did as much as I could, but I still feel like it wasn't enough. I don't know. I don't know if that's a common thing. Like, the caregivers get this guilt or whatever, but I definitely have guilt about it. And I don't know. But like, you can't go back. You can't like rewrite history or whatever. Like, what happened happened. And I think you always think like, oh, I could have done more. Like with anything, like when anything goes wrong, you're like, oh, I could have done this, could have done that. But sometimes you can't. Like, you can't do more. and we're all like trying to figure stuff out as it gets thrown to us. But and like this country just has a problem with like I always wanted to be his caregiver. Like I wanted him to live with us. But then we were in Arizona, and then when we moved back I had my daughter, and we didn't have like we were living in an apartment. We didn't have like a handicap home or whatever. Plus, I had to work full. Like, it's hard because caregivers aren't really paying crap either. So, like, I don't think we could have afforded my rent. That was the other thing my mom said. She's like, you wouldn't have been able to afford, like, taking care of your dad. And, like, how can you do that when you have, like, a newborn and stuff? But I hear so much from people going, I'd never put my loved one in a nursing home and this and that. But, like, have you ever really been in the place that I was in? Like, I don't know. Like, you do the most you can with what you have at the time or whatever. It's been almost a year since my dad passed away, and I still got upset, like, thinking about. And I just saw my mom, so it, like, brings up everything for me. But, I don't know. I just try to give myself some grace because I did try the most thing. It wasn't like I wasn't trying. That wasn't the issue. It was like a lack of know-how, a lack of like resources. I wish like this country would pay caregivers better, especially because there's so many boomers that are gonna be living longer with health problems and stuff. We're gonna be in like a crisis mode here pretty soon with all of that. So unless we start changing things, like paying healthcare workers better and stuff like that. Which I think they're starting to change certain things, but it's not enough. Yeah, so many nurses leave the bedside early on. So many nurses are burnt out. Like the burnout's real in healthcare. Even management, I feel like gets burnt out in healthcare, like pretty quickly. And they're not even like at the bedside necessarily. Alright, well, I'm probably gonna make this egg salad. If you like this live and listen to me cry and go on about my grief, because that's what I do on my channel, don't forget to subscribe, like, follow. Hopefully this helps somebody out there that's struggling, like with their grief or whatever, guilt. I feel a little better. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Bye. Happy Friday.